Happy Tuesday, everybody, and welcome to the great state of Wisconsin. We are on the road again. It is a little after 7 a.m. Shut down a little late yesterday, which is, I think, going to be kind of a typical thing for me on a Monday, since I'm getting up at like 4 in the morning or so at my house, and then by the time I get down to the yard in Plainfield and get everything set up for the week, get all the groceries in and all that kind of crap. You drivers get it. And then, finally get my trailer and get going. Usually a little bit of a later start to the day than I prefer, but that's okay. I do find that in this job, I am doing a lot more driving versus on-duty not driving time, which is a wonderful thing as far as I'm concerned. So instead of always worrying about my 14-hour clock, I'm always bumping up on my 11-hour clock before my 14, which is a good thing. So that means that you're getting a lot of miles. So anyhow, we are kind of having a carbon copy of last week, which I don't mind at all. It's a nice little route, and I'm not opposed to that. So I'm kind of a creature of habit by nature anyway, so it doesn't bother me. And I don't need to constantly be going somewhere new all the time. I suppose I don't need that entertainment, so to speak. I have enough entertainment in my own head, whether that be good or bad. So we did the trailer over to Good morning. We did the trailer from Plainfield to Menominee, Wisconsin to the Walmart DC, dropped that, grabbed an empty, ran over the 20 minutes or so to Eau Claire, and dropped that empty, picked up a loaded. Couldn't have been easier. Those folks at Menards are just wonderful. Shout out to, who is that? Tammy? Yeah, Tammy at the guard shack. Awesome lady. So anyway, got that trailer, made it as far as I could possibly go. I think I was just in my last last hour of my clock, and just decided to shut it down. And once again, in the wonderful rest stop at Poinet, Wisconsin. Yes, I think I was calling it Payonet. It's Poinet, Wisconsin. They have a beautiful, huge rest area there, so that's great. Seems to always be some spaces open for parking. That's a beautiful thing, especially rolling in there as it's getting dark, which is never what you want to do in a truck. So you always want to try and shut down as early as you possibly can so that you get a parking space. Otherwise, every place that you can park a semi-truck fills up real quick. So anyway, we are en route to Holiday City, Ohio, once again, to that Menards distribution center in the bean and cornfields. And hopefully this time I'll remember to switch on the damn cameras when we go in there, because it occurred to me that I've mentioned this place, I don't know, like a dozen times now, or half a dozen times, and I've never shown it to you. So I'll have to try and remember to turn the cameras on there. So we're just starting the day, and it's a beautiful morning, and we're going to see what we can get done today. Well, a little confession. I'm not proud of what I've done. I reverted back to, 12, 13 years old, if you can remember back to that age. All the things that would crack you up at that age. Anywho, I just stopped for fuel, and sitting at the pilot, finished fueling the truck, pulled up, and went inside, had to take a leak, so I'm in the washroom, men's washroom, taking a leak, minding my own business. Not a soul in the place, but I hear one person on the phone. Yep, sitting in the stall, sitting on the throne, talking on the phone. Now this is a weird thing that I only discovered after getting into trucking, is that there are a lot of guys that'll sit there and have a normal conversation on the phone while they're sitting on the throne. I don't get it myself, but hey, more power to you. If you can multitask and that's an acceptable, good old thing for you to do, then hey, more power to you. But I don't know, holding a phone conversation while I'm taking a dump isn't on my list. But anyway, I'm standing there, I'm finishing doing what I'm doing, and all of a sudden the 12 or 13-year-old me just jumped up out of nowhere. Because I happened to notice that this guy who was talking on the phone wasn't talking to somebody like family or friend. No. He was talking to a bank of some sort, talking about how he's having problems with accessing his account through an app. Now, maybe it was Catscale, maybe it was his fuel card, maybe it was his bank. Who knows? Any of the above could be. But this guy's having this conversation while taking a dump. And 12 to 13-year-old me came out of the blue and just couldn't help myself. Yup, that's right. I did one of these. And I proceeded to laugh my ass off as I walked out. Oh my God. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me today. Maybe too much sugar in the coffee. I don't know. But every now and then I suppose you just have to have a little dose of juvenile humor. I couldn't hear anything as far as any reaction, but there's no way in hell that whoever was on the other end of that phone didn't hear that. So be warned, all you people that like making business calls while you're sitting on the pot. There are people like me out there just waiting to mess you up. Alright, we are arriving in beautiful Holiday City, Ohio. And we have reached our exit here.
Now keep right and take the exit 13.
And getting off the old tollway and making our way over to Menards. Okay, let's see if we can silence all you guys. How do we do that? Shit, I don't know. Let's do that. Okay, so as everything is around here, it's a little tight, but that's okay. Gotta go through and have some more money taken.
Keep right towards Pioneer. 015 north.
So yeah, if you're coming to this DC, it can be really confusing if you're trying to follow GPSs, because the GPSs are wrong. And they can really mess you up. So when you come through this little toll plaza thing, make sure you go north. The sign that says Pioneer 15 North, make sure you take that.
Now keep right.
Because if you don't, I had one of the GPSs telling me to take the other one, Bryan 15 South, which I took the first time I came here. And you end up on a country highway going south for miles because you can't turn around. There's nowhere to turn around. So I had to do a big old detour to work my way back up this direction. Yeah, so don't make that mistake. And it's just a little ways up the road here. I don't know if you can see that up. Well, no, you can't. So it is a huge facility. It is built just north of the tollway, but it's tucked into all this farm country here, these rolling hills, rolling fields, I should say. But there's only one way that you're supposed to enter and exit this place, and the signage that they have out here is horrible. It's not nearly sufficient, as you can easily blow past it, because the GPSs are going to tell you to go up.
US 20 alternate.
See, I mean, it's already saying a bunch of bullshit. I'm going to stop it. Here's where you want to turn. So the very first right turn that you can take this. This is Traxler Drive, and right there on that little sign says Trucks to Menards on that tiny little sign over there. On the road as you're driving by, you never see that. So really, really poorly done. I don't know, but maybe the people that own these fields aren't allowing it, but somebody from Menards should build a bigger sign, kind of like the way Walmart does, this way. So, so that all the trucks coming in know where the hell they should be going. So this road, Traxler Road, is the only road that they want you taking in and out of here. So again, if you're coming here, that's why I'm showing this, and sorry if it's boring as hell for everybody else, which is probably all of you, because probably none of you are coming here. But just in case, just on the off chance that you ever get a shipment coming to or going to the Menards DC in Holiday City, Ohio, you can use this as a reference guide as to how the hell to get here. So this stop sign coming up is kind of where their whole facility begins, and they go that way, they go that way. I mean, this place is huge. Lots and lots of land that they cover. So
After a quarter of a mile, turn right onto County Road 15 and then you will
how
reach
do
your
I turn
destination.
you off? Turn off. Okay, thank you. So a lot of people go in straight, and I suppose that's correct, depending on what type of delivery you have, because they got all sorts of different types of things in here, of course, because it's Menards, so I'm sure they got like flatbeds and all sorts of stuff coming in here. But we are going to, believe it or not, that's apparently not the main entrance ahead of us. At least not the one we're supposed to go to. That one is up this way, up this other little country highway, and off to our right, all of this land, that's all Menards DC. So it's a pretty huge place. And this isn't as big as the one in Eau Claire. Eau Claire is gigantic. But yeah, that's our entrance coming up here on the right. And again, I hope this helps somebody who's planning to come here, because it really is a real simple, as you can see, you just turn off the highway, go up the road a bit, take your very first right, come to the stop sign, take your very first stop sign, you take a left, and boom, you're here. So it's not hard, but the problem is I have two different GPSs in this truck, and both of them told me different ways to come here, and they were both incorrect. So that's the problem with GPSs. They're wonderful tools, but they are only that. They are tools. You, the driver, still are the brains of the outfit. So don't let the GPS just autopilot you to wherever it thinks you should go. You need to look at this shit in advance before you come and figure it out for sure. So let me switch this off since we're coming into the gate, and we'll switch it back on here in just a second. Okay, we're going to a different place this time. Okay, they're going to throw me a little curveball. Before, we had to go to that building off to our left. I don't know if you can see it or not, but that's where I've gone both times I was here before. But this time, we're going down this way to the other end. So that's cool. You're coming along for the ride as we explore a Menards DC. And watch those trailer tires, we're good. And it's the building, apparently the one straight ahead of us. Okay, so we gotta breeze by this way. It's amazing how big these places are. Lots and lots and lots of building materials that people buy up, I suppose. Must be a pretty lucrative business. They certainly do a whole lot in volume. Okay, so yeah, so he said come up here, it's going to veer a little to the left. And there's supposed to go past a grass berm kind of thing. Yeah, I see it up there. Okay. Well, at least the guard at the guard shack was very good with his descriptions. Let's see here. Yep, there's that green grass area. Make sure we don't have any incoming trucks barreling through here. And here we go, building 25. He said, be careful, it's narrow. Okay. Thank you for that. We will be careful. Alright, we're in. And he said go all the way down to the end and there's a gray pop-out building to look for. Alright, so let's go all the way down. Oh, there's one of our trucks, or trailers. Wonder if that's another one of our drivers waiting. Let's see. Of the new company who shall not be named, because I don't want anybody to know. That truck directly ahead of us, yeah, that's another fellow driver from my company, the one I don't want anybody to know about. And yeah, let me stay right here so people can get through. Do not drop trailers. All right, so I can pull here. I'll do it this way. Kaboom. All right. Looks like we made it. All right, well, once again, couldn't possibly be any nicer, couldn't possibly be any easier. We just got to go drive over here and drop our trailer, grab our empty over in the lot next door, and we are out of here. So Menards is very, very cool about being super quick to take care of truck drivers. They don't mess around. It's like bing, bam, boom, you're done. Love it. Should we go in here? Looks kind of tight, but let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the empty spot. Yeah, let's try it. Always wait for the yard drivers. They have the right of way. And are you clear? He's clear. Let's try this. See what happens. Nope, not far enough. That's the beauty of doing the way I do it. Get right back to where we started. Let's pull up a little more. So right about there. Let's try it again. There. on the side of caution as far as pulling the trailer towards the trailer closest to me, the one I can see. I'd rather correct for that than get too close to that trailer on the outside that I can't see and hit it. So I always kind of overdo it a little bit to the trailer closest to me on purpose, because it's a lot safer, and I don't mind correcting it 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 times if I have to. Trying to make a little bit more room here between them. Oh, that's all right. That'll work.